Ladies and gentlemen, before you stands the short-haired version of me, and behind me stands the 991.2 911 4 GTS. I had those kind of mixed up. And in my hands is a Sony A7R3, and it is time to shoot. You better believe it's going to be a good one. So let's go. Am I hidden? I'm good? Hey, bet you didn't see me there. So, first and foremost, let's start off with the hero shots, the big wide ones, the ones we all came here to see. And now that the sun is out, perfect timing. Hopefully it hasn't ruined the film forever for Mats. And just like that, we're gonna go back into the shade. Oh, hey, look here, a tripod. We're gonna put everything on the tripod because it's gonna be, I think, 3 different exposures that we're gonna connect and combine and composite to make one really dope image. Hopefully dope image. Talking a big game right now. So we're gonna get the tripod in the exact orientation that we want it. I want it to be level. I want it to not distract with lines going this way out of the photo. I want every vertical line to be straight, especially when there are so many vertical lines and horizontal lines through the photo. So perspective is key here. I'm pretty happy with the composition now. I'm gonna move it a bit more and then lock it in there. So now that's locked in, we're not gonna move the camera at all. We're gonna take 3 shots. The only thing we're gonna change between the shots is the polarizer. And that's gonna hit 3 different parts of the car, so we can combine them to make a perfectly clean car with no reflections, or minimal reflections. So we get into the power stance. That's legs spread, so we don't get a bad back over time. Look at this, huh? That's as far as I go. Fun fact. I gotta work on that. And then we're gonna put our eye to the piece and go into manual focus and lock that in right here. And then we're gonna start with the polarizer on the front of the car. So 1. Second one, polarizer is gonna be on the driver's side windows. That's 2. And the third one on the driver's side paint to get rid of the reflections of the ground. And that is 3. And just like that, we have 3 photos to combine to make one badass photo. There's a lot more we could do. There's a lot of details that we could address, like maybe the sky's a bit bright compared to some of the darker spots on the car. But for today's kind of like run and gun style. We don't have any lights. We just want to get it done and move on, kind of. And I think the spot's clean enough. It kind of does all the cleanliness work, if that makes sense itself. So just in case, I'm gonna try a second angle, and hopefully we have 2 options for our hero shot afterwards. Let's try it. I just realized I never introduced the lens. Today we're going with the workhorse, the Sony Alpha G Master 16 to 35 f2.8. It is a do-it-all lens, and it does it all extremely well. I love this lens. I use this lens 90% of the time. It just sort of lives on my camera, so it only makes sense for a spot like this where it's really cool when you point it in the right direction, but you kind of want to get closer to the subject so you don't get things like the ground that runs out right there. You get only the clean parts of the photo. So that's the goal. You could go a little bit tighter with the 50, but then you exclude some of the sky above in the photo. I want all those details because the blue on the car matches the blue in the sky so perfectly, so I want to be able to tell that whole story. That's the reason I stick with this lens. It is a storytelling master. And with that, we've got the hero shot. Let's take a second to talk about the car real quick. We'll get out of that fan. Hopefully you can't hear that anymore in the microphone. Like I said before, this is a 2017 911 991.2 for GTS. That is a lot of letters that mean a lot of different things, but basically it is a step above the Carreras, right? It is one little tiny leap. It comes very well equipped with what was called Alcantara at the time, what is now called Racetex. Very soft, nice suede interior, a lot of sporty things like the center locking wheels, things like the black eyelids around the lights. Actually, I don't know if that's standard on the GTS. I just feel like it is. This one was originally black. It's been wrapped in Gulf blue with Gulf orange without the logo. So kind of a cool look. A little bit loud for my taste, but I think it's pretty wild. Why not stand out a little bit? The thing that really makes it special is the engine, the powertrain on this. The engine has 450 horsepower, which is 30 more than the standard Carrera S and 50 more than the base 911, if I am not mistaken. If I am mistaken, judge me in the comments. This one's been heavily tinted on the rear, on the sides, so everything is dark. It is nice and clean, lots of black details. Very, very fancy ride. It has all of the fixin'. Rear wheel steering. It has PDCC, which is the dynamic chassis control, so when you go into turns, it can push the car up to level it out. It's got steel brakes for reliability. What doesn't it have, this car? It's got rhodium silver stitching on the interior and, dare I say, matching seat belts. Very, very pretty spec with the Sport Chrono, of course. It is a GTS, so it needs the sportiest. Good, okay, cool. So, you know the car, you've seen the hero shots, now it's time to fill in the gaps with some of the details. There's a lot to shoot here, and we don't have too much time, so we gotta move a little bit quickly. We're gonna start with the headlights and the badge on the front while it's nice and sunny. That's the goal. So, headlights, and we're shooting on 50 millimeters, keeping it at f8 so we get a lot of detail in the photos. And we're just going to play around with some different vibes. Turn the hat backwards because now is when it gets serious. Also, it helps me to shoot vertical better. I'm gonna back up and get both the headlight and the wheel in the same shot. Shoot one photo here. This is when the photos, like, you don't know if they're actually going to be used. Because you never know if these are good photos. It'd be nice to have a ladder here, actually, so I could get a little bit higher. But, okay. Yeah, I want a little bit more height in the photo. And since we don't have a ladder, a quick and easy way to do that is, well, not so easy. I say easy. Put it on a tripod, close the legs, tilt the camera down, and then set it on a timer and shoot one photo at a time. So you get the focus here, put it on a 10, no, not 10 second, let's go 5-second timer, and then it goes up. And then it's a guess and check kind of game, and I guess I'm gonna have to check quite a lot because this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna make it taller. How's that look? Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Got it, quick and easy. Now we go back to handheld. Make sure to turn off the timer so you don't look like a doof. Let's just knock this shot out. Easy, cool. Yeah, so the goal is to try to accentuate the rear, the tail light. And if I'm gonna shoot it with it pointing towards the sun, it's not gonna stand out that much because the sun is gonna overpower it. So one trick is to turn the car around, have the ass point out of the sun so it's backlit. Then the taillight is going to stand out a bit more and be a little bit more poppy, a little more red. So I'm going to try to shoot high to give, or actually maybe I'll try to shoot, I'm going to keep it pretty low. I'll try to shoot from the hip and just give enough information to make the photo cool, but not too much as to tell too much of a story and distract from the taillight. Power stance. So I'm going to start shooting some interior stuff, and for that I'm going to use the 24 f1.4, the G Master lens from Sony. I like the storytelling that it can do by keeping the aperture at f1.4, keeping everything really, really slim, and trying to frame certain photos so your eyes go straight to what I want you to see. So let's get into the car, maybe get into the back seat and just play around, see what we can find. I'm going to leave both the doors open to let as much light into the car as possible. And then I'm going to jump into the back seat, and I might not need to go into the back seat. Maybe I can do everything from here. You know what? I'm going in the back seat. Oh, God. I can't fit in there. Oh, it's tight. It's really tight, my feet. Okay, I might need to leave one foot out. Oh, what the hell? You can't put your feet underneath the seat. I don't know if this is gonna work. All right, let's try this. Oh, God. Yep. That's good enough. Oh yeah, totally worth it though. Yeah. All right, that's about enough of that. I think I've had enough of this spot. I think we've gotten everything we needed. Lots of cool hero shots, super wide. We're starting to lose the clouds or the sky, so I think that's God telling us to get the hell out of here. And with that, thank you very much. Arigato. Kyle, out.